Today I'm going to talk about the election of 2000. The candidates that ran for this election were George Bush, the governor of Texas, and he was a Republican, and also Al Gore ran for the for the election, and he was a Democrat, and also he was the senator from Tennessee and vice president in the administration of Bill Clinton. By the way, Bill Clinton was the president number 42 in the United States. We could say that in the 2000 presidential campaign, Clinton found it, I mean, Gore found it easier to obtain the Democratic nomination since Clinton had been such a popular president, and as I said before, Gore worked for his administration, so he found it easier. And in their presidential campaigns, both candidates focused mainly on domestic issues such as economic growth, healthcare, reform of social insurance, and all of that stuff. Now I'm going to talk here about the results of the 2000 election. Gore won the popular vote by over a half a million votes, so that's like a lot. And he won mainly because of Bill Clinton, as I said before, mainly. And mm, as we can see in this map here, mm, Gore won the popular, yeah, won the vote in in the northeast here. Uh, then also the upper Midwest and the Pacific coast, and Bass carried most states in the South, as we can see here, like California. No, 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 no. I mean like Florida. I'm sorry, like Florida, and mm, and the Midwest, and yeah, almost the whole United States. And if we think about it, it makes sense because California, for example, is a liberal state, and Gore was liberal, so it makes sense. And for example, South Dakota is a conservative state, and Bass won, so it makes sense. There was some controversy during this election since people started to doubt about about whether the technology in the state was accurate or not. There was some confusion over butterfly ballots that were ballots that have names on both sides. And yeah, there was some confusion over those topics. Then the Gore campaign requested to recount the ballots by hand, and the Bass campaign agreed with this decision, and the U.S. Supreme Court also agreed. Sorry. Now I'm going to talk about Bass v. Gore. That was a decision of the U.S. Supreme Court that ordered that the recount be stopped. This election was the first ever to be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court decision was controversial because justices appointed were were appointed by Republican presidents, so it was not fair at all. To end, I'm going to talk about Bass as president. He entered office as an embattled president. That means that he was looking forward war, like he was like getting ready for war, even though we didn't have a third world war. Like, yeah, he was prepared for war, and then he was pretty radical. As we can see here in the slide, it says he proved a polarizing figure. That means that he was like radical. Mm, but we could say he did pretty good because he worked to unite the country in the wake of the September 11th terrorist attacks. So he did a really good job. And that's all.